Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Jensen here with a read aloud for you. We have just a little bit of time left before the summer ends and school starts back up, so I hope you're all enjoying the rest of your summer vacation, and I look forward to seeing everybody in the library in just a week or so. Today we're going to read a story called Nobody Hugs a Cactus by Carter Goodrich. Hank lived in a pot, and the pot sat in a window. The window looked out at the empty desert. It was hot, dry, peaceful, and very quiet, just the way Hank liked it. But every now and then, somebody would interrupt Hank's peace and quiet. "Hi, Hank," Rosie the tumbleweed called out as she tumbled by. "Isn't it a beautiful day?" Hank ignored her. He just wanted to be left alone. "Okay, so long," said Rosie cheerfully, and she tumbled away, and Hank was happy again. But just as he was beginning to relax, "Hello!" shouted a tortoise. "Private property," yelled Hank. "Keep out." The tortoise was so frightened he hid in his shell. Poor tortoise. Hank was still yelling at the tortoise when a jackrabbit dashed by. "Hiya, Prickles," she shouted. "My name isn't Prickles," Hank yelled back, "and stay out of my yard." "Tumbleweeds, tortoises, jackrabbits, what's next?" said Hank. A coyote came loping by. "No dogs allowed," Hank yelled. "Well, I'm not a dog," said Coyote, "and you are as prickly on the inside as you are on the outside." He's right. Before Hank could yell back at the coyote, a cowboy strode past. "Keep off the grass," shouted Hank. What grass?" said the cowboy. "Seems to me somebody needs a hug. Too bad nobody hugs a cactus." "Hi," said the lizard. "Who invited you?" said Hank. "And just in case you're wondering, I do not want a hug." "Well, that's good," said the lizard, "because I don't want to give you one." And then he skittered away. An owl landed on the roof. "If you're looking for a hug," said Hank, "well, I guess I could give you one." "Who, me?" said the owl. "You must be joking." And for the first time, Hank began to feel just a little bit lonely. The next morning, Hank was feeling more sad on the inside than prickly. Maybe a hug wouldn't be so bad after all. The wind began to pick up. An old cut blew by and stuck to Hank's face. His arms were just too short to get it off. "Great," said Hank. "Just great." After a while, Rosie came bouncing by. "Oh, I'll get it off of you, Hank," she shouted, and she jumped up to knock the cup right off of Hank's face. Then she tumbled away. Hank didn't have the time to thank Rosie, and he felt bad about all the other times that he had been so rude to her. So he came up with a plan. Hank decided to grow the best flower he could and then give it to Rosie as a thank you gift. It took days, but at last it was ready. He couldn't wait for Rosie to pass by again. Look, he's got a pretty flower. When at last she finally did come bouncing back, Hank held out the flower. "Look, Rosie," he said, "I grew it just for you." Rosie was so surprised she jumped up and gave Hank a great big hug. It felt so nice that Hank didn't want to let go. And as things turned out, he couldn't let go. Rosie and Hank had become stuck together. Look at that, they're stuck together in a hug. But they didn't care. After all, it's better to be stuck in a hug than stuck all alone. There's the tortoise getting ready to walk away, but they look pretty happy. Rosie's got her flower in her hair, and Hank even looks like he's smiling. That's the end of our story. So I think you should give somebody near you a good hug today because they probably need it. Have a great rest of the summer, and I look forward to seeing you guys.